how to set goals for 2021 and beyond. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Stevie and I am someone who is an avid lover of accelerated learning. And in accelerated learning, we generally put ourselves through quite a torturous task of completing some sort of goal in a certain period of time. In my case, I've gone ahead and gotten top 250 ranked in a global game with millions of players, and I did that in just under a week, for example, and documented that process on this channel. So I feel that I am quite qualified to talk about goal setting and how to actually achieve some goals that you all might have in mind. But with that being said, let's go ahead and leave me a like on this video, and I will go ahead and explain to you just how I set goals and how I would attempt to achieve many of them. And hopefully during this process, you all will set goals with me and you guys can achieve your goal within the coming year and not to give up on them like most people by the second week of February. But if that all sounds interesting to you guys, let's go ahead and get into it with the first point of this video, and that is actually choosing and defining what your first goal is. Now, for choosing and defining your goal, it's not exactly the easiest task by default, and it's not something that we can just say, yeah, that is my goal and I will get this done as fast as possible, because depending on your goal, it might actually be quite a bit more difficult or it might take quite a bit more time. Like if my personal goal was to lose 100 pounds within the year, for example, I would be needing to take most likely most of, if not the entire year, and even that would be difficult for most people. But if my plan was to lose 10 pounds, for example, well, now we've made something that is far more achievable and far more doable in, hell, just about a month, I believe. So our choice of goal actually helps dictate our amount of time we would allot to the goal. So defining the goal is obviously our first step. And then the second step for this, of course, would mean that we have to actually choose the amount of time we will allot to our goal. By allotting time, we actually will complete the goal substantially faster than if we were not to allot time to it. And we definitely cannot dilly-dally and allot ourselves all the time in the world, because otherwise we are never going to finish this goal, or we are just going to put it off forever. Like for instance, if we give it a year to lose 10 pounds, we're just gonna dilly-dally for the first 6 months plus, because there's just no point in putting up with it. We don't have to change a damn thing at that point. We just keep going about our lives and giving in on it. Or even if we do that, we might just give it like a week at the gym and get upset that we're not already a pound down. And with that, we have to allot ourselves very aggressive and very almost impossible time slots for our goals. Like 10 pounds in a month is great, but I'd probably want to get that down to 3 weeks, maybe even 2 if it's possible and healthy, if that were my specific goal. And there quite likely are some ways, and you could possibly find a way around the system, but in the end, the goal needs to be set very aggressively so you guys will keep it on mind and keep working towards it as fast as possible. Additionally, with all of this, we do not want to set too easy of a goal or something that will easily complete by the allotted time either. We want to make this as hard as possible. By doing so, we're going to go ahead and make something that we could be truly proud of and actually make a huge difference in our lives or the lives of someone else even, depending on what the goal is. So I legitimately believe that we need to keep doing this as hard as we can, and even if we were not to succeed at the goal, at least we are that much closer to what the goal was in the first place. And being that much closer makes things significantly better for us, because that means you're actually getting something that you're truly happy about. And if you're choosing a goal that for you is something that you are really, really proud of, then you are going to be so happy that you got this close or even achieved it. And for many of us, I use losing weight as an example for obvious reasons. It's such a huge deal for some of our lives, including my own, which I haven't succeeded at in the past. Of course, that was prior to me getting into accelerated learning, and perhaps weight loss will be my goal this coming year. But honestly, it is such a big deal for so many people if we can get this together. Because if you can set goals, you can do anything. Like, I know it sounds probably cheesy, but setting goals literally keeps you on a roadmap, on a specific path towards whatever your passion or whatever you are looking to do. So legitimately, this task and this thing is so important for you guys to learn, and hopefully this has been helping you. All right, now we've made it to the third idea, or the third point in this video, and that is to break up that goal that you have now set for yourself into smaller, more attainable tasks for the long and short term. So going back to our example from before, for let's just say losing 100 pounds. Well, if 100 pounds is what we want to lose by the end of the year, well, by that idea, by half of the year, we want to lose about half of the weight. So 50 pounds. And in 3 months, at that idea, we want to lose 25 or 30 pounds. So by doing this, we can start chopping it up to making it something substantially easier. And of course, weight loss isn't the perfect example for this, because in weight loss, we actually have a harder time losing weight the more we lose, yada, 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 yada. But that is besides the point in this case. The point is to get across the idea that you can break up everything to the day in terms of what you want to do. For weight loss, you can break it down all the way down to losing about 10 pounds a month, which would be 10 months with 2 months of lenience, just about. And then on top of that, you can start breaking it down day by day. Day 1, you want to start making some healthy habits, get rid of the crap in your house, yada, yada, yada. You can just start adding specific things over and over again to start making it easier for yourselves to do whatever you are looking to do. For me, I likely am going to have a goal of not only losing weight, but also being productive in business, which I will be breaking down for myself, for hobbies that I have an extreme passion about, and so on and so forth. And by doing things, I make it so I'm not fixated on just one singular goal. By doing multiple goals, when other goals aren't succeeding for you and others are, you can at least be happy and thankful that the other goals are going so well for you. And by the other goals going well for you, it could help you stay motivated for all of your goals. This is, of course, just what works for me. I don't guarantee it will work for you or anyone else, but that is all I can really say on the matter for that. So now that we've gotten to the fourth point, you should have made your goal, broken it down into easier portions, and on top of that, you should have been allotting time for all of these goals. And then after that, we get to the fourth part, which is to actually track the progress you are making on the goal. For many of us, tracking the progress becomes something that's very difficult, or we choose a goal that isn't actually measurable. But it absolutely has to be measurable in some way, shape, or form, because if you cannot measure the goal, you cannot actually keep motivated, and you actually are just wandering nowhere. For example, you could say, I want to get good at baseball, something that I personally used to be good at. But what does being good mean? Does it mean getting to the MLB? Does it mean playing professionally? Does it just mean getting a college scholarship? Does it mean even playing at all? What is it at that point, right? Like, we have to actually choose what we want. And in terms of the weight example, it's pretty easy. We're documenting our weight. We're documenting what we're eating. We are drinking more water and keeping track of that. We are keeping track of exercise even. There are a lot of things you could do to keep track of weight loss. But if it comes to one of your goals, who knows what it might be. So hopefully these random tips and advice for how I achieve my goals helps you guys out. I know that tracking goals and keeping up on your goals is not an easy task. I know how difficult it can actually be to achieve a lot of things, being someone who did very little in my life for too long, if you ask the current me. But I know that it's not the easiest thing in the world, guys. But I think with this advice, you are going to get a lot of use and help out of it. I think that things are going to go better for you. I think in 2021, you guys can absolutely kill it. I think you guys can achieve almost anything you set out for. As long as you genuinely follow this advice, I think you are going to be well above the typical peers and the typical other people in your lives who are actually trying to achieve goals, or not at all even, because they are not motivated enough individuals and are happy living life the way they are. But if you're like me, you are generally a motivated person that wants more for yourself. You want to succeed at whatever you are trying to accomplish. You are trying to succeed at your goals, your aspirations, your passions, your dreams, whatever they may be, whatever you want to call it. I think you guys can do it, honestly. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. I don't think I have anything more to add. If you need to ask anything at all, feel free to comment it in the comment section below. I will always do my best to answer. I believe I've gotten to every single comment so far, and I will continue to do so. And on top of that, if you guys need any help with your goals, if you guys need almost anything at all in terms of what's reasonable, feel free to ask. And just please, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe and like this video. It is not easy to make these videos. I am extremely nervous in front of this camera, but hey, I'm just doing my best, and I hope you guys enjoyed and got some value out of this.